Fun in the sun, girl, that's okay with me.
Hey, keep cooking that dope,
Baby, relaxing and vibing. Hop in the whip and we riding, yeah. She's in the front and I'm driving. Feelings are real, I ain't hiding, yeah. Fun in the sun, girl, that's okay with me. Roll up and smoke up, we blow the OG. Looking so fine, but your feelings are deep.
But yeah, shout out Lana for our last episode. Make sure you go to YouTube.
Yeah, check
at
that
House
out.
of King Studio and check that out.
Check that out. It was like Battle of the Sexes in here. We was really getting
was.
it in. We was really getting
And
it in,
I don't know.
man.
I've been hearing some feedback. People think we lost.
Hey, you know what?
She think we lost.
Hey, you know what? It don't even matter who won or lost because we're going to have to run the rematch in season 3. We're going to have to bring her back on. We're going to have to
Right, Lana, Lana, I know you'll eventually see this. You really think you beat us?
Man, come on, man.
Come on. I know you believe that, but do you really believe that?
Hey, one of the homies on Facebook said I killed her with the child support comment about why Jay-Z asked Beyonce back, like tried to keep her. And I said, child support. He was like, enough said. That's all it was.
Right. Right. Like, I mean, come on. We made a lot of points, but I don't know. Our producers seem to think that she kind of got to us a little bit.
I had her out here stuttering, though, when I asked her about that dude working at McDonald's situation. She didn't want to answer that one. I had her on the ropes, right?
Is he cute? Is he one of them? Is he handsome?
Right.
Right. She did. I know you're going to watch this, Lana. I'm telling you.
We was on your heels.
We was on your heels, girl. I'm not saying you didn't do your thing, but guess what? We were on your heel. You did not just embarrass us.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Well, man, let's get into it, man. Let's drop these socials, man. Where can they find you at?
Hey, man, I'm at 0417 Wayne's World. It's Wayne's World 0417. So at Instagram, obviously, and then Facebook, just Dwayne, whatever. But you can get at me at that. You can also do, you know what? I've been thinking about getting on TikTok. I know you've been asking me every week about TikTok.
Hey, and mine is starting to pick up traction too.
Are you bubbling on that?
Yeah, this is working. Like announcing
here.
This is working. My followers are starting to jump. I was down at like 70 followers.
TikTok, Wayne's World.
Hey, man. Speaking of TikTok, my TikTok, follow me at EZ_senior SENIOR. Let me double check that. Nope, my bad. That's my Instagram. It's EZSENIOR straight through. That's my TikTok. I told you I'm new to it. But and then Instagram, hit me up on EZ_senior. All right. Let's get into the episode, man. Who we want to shout out this week?
Man, you know our quick shout outs. It's always gonna be to everybody in the crew. Shout out Riley, CEO. Shout out Rara, CEO. Shout out Rico, Cherokee, whole gang, Guap.
Yeah, man.
Shout out her, Jack Bentley, their whole TP3 squad, Aaliyah. Shout out y'all. House of King Studio. Everybody on my crew that helps make my show good for the 37 or so episodes I've done. I appreciate y'all.
That's real.
I'm only going up. I'm not going to stop. Like, what am I going to do? The best thing I can do, if you know me, you know, the best thing I can do is stop.
Yeah, that's
my
real.
Big mouth. So
that's real. Hey, you crazy in the mug. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
Shouts out to my little cuz, man, Rashawn Powers Neal. He's one of our biggest supporters. He's always jumping on the lives. He watches the shows on YouTube, constantly giving us feedback, giving us the positive and the negative.
And I appreciate you too. Thank you for sharing it too.
Helping us grow and grow the channel. Shouts out to everybody who watches the live and goes back on YouTube and engages us. It's amazing for all you guys to tune in and view. But hook us up with the engagement, though. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to, drop some comments. Give us some feedback. Jump in on the debates. Let's engage each other. Let's participate. This is only as fun as y'all make it. And me and Cousin Dwayne here, we want to have fun. We want to have fun with y'all. So let us know what you're thinking. Start up some arguments down in the comments, and we definitely going to respond and get at you. So each and every week we can go back and forth on the subjects.
Right. That's a fact. And we definitely, you know what, and that's definitely, I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. I've been seeing that, people showing us love, sharing our stuff, doing that type of stuff. That's how we get bigger and stuff. Yep. Like, we're personalities. Like, we may do it different, but I'm a personality. He's a personality. it could go different ways, but that don't mean it doesn't work together.
That's real.
Like you support us, like like we would support your business. You know how last week we were talking about, or 2 weeks ago, excuse me, he was talking about wearing a belt and stuff when he was trying to go to his friend's club.
Yeah, to exchange.
Like shout out Chris.
Yep.
His homie.
Shout it out Billy's.
You know what? Supporting businesses.
Yep. Shout it out Monarch.
Shout out Monarch. We shout out Billy's on Grand.
Yep. Yeah.
We just support us too.
That's
like
real.
We're out here. This is something we may want to do. Hey, we might want to be the new Grilly and what's his name, Wallow.
Yeah,
we might want to be that.
Wallow.
Maybe this is what we do, so we ain't gotta work so hard. We can do this once a week and pay our bills.
That's real.
So how we don't want to do that? So support us.
That's real.
That's all I'm saying. So
speaking of supporting local businesses, every episode we always do our weekly check-ins. I want to shout out Taste the Rondo.
Shouts out.
Because for people who don't know, I'm the general manager at Two Scoops Ice Cream on Selby Avenue.
Shouts out Two Scoops.
And
shout out Brian.
Also a minority stakeholder in the company. I was in there today, and my homegirl Kasara, who I went to FAMU with, she's the owner of Taste the Rondo. Co-owner, because her and her husband Charles own it, but she came through and she needed some supplies for the restaurant because the restaurant depot was closed.
Right.
And so speaking of support, that's how we operate. When one small business in the community needs something, we're going to answer that call. So she came through. She needed some supplies because she couldn't get them from the store. I hooked her up, and she's definitely going to pay that forward in the future. But make sure you check out Taste the Rondo if you haven't been there. They got some popping nights. I know they got a day party going down with DJ K. Reeves. So make sure y'all check out the patio. It's a beautiful place. The aesthetic is wonderful. The whole jazz vibe that they got going on. Lots of big screen TVs to watch sporting events. Make sure you get down to Taste the Rondo. Go support. My favorite food is the bourbon wings. Check out the bourbon wings. If you don't try anything else, make sure you get those.
I haven't had those. They good?
Man, they're fire. They're fire. True story. So you know how I had tore my arm, my bicep, right? I was in the gym. I had tore my bicep. And I had left the gym. I didn't want to go to the hospital. I thought it was just like a sprain or a pull. Me just being a typical ignorant man, not going to ER. So I'm at the crib. I'm in pain. I call up my homeboy. I'm telling him what's wrong with me. And he's like, I got something for you. I got some medication for you should take. Well, now that it's legal, I can talk about it. So he gave me some edibles. I took these edibles, and I'm sitting on the couch. The edibles kicked in.
Here we go.
My cousin calls me. He's like, cuz, you need something? I'll help you out. I'm like, man, I'm hungry. I need to eat. He takes me to Taste the Rondo, and I'm off the edibles. I can't feel my arm. I go in to Taste the Rondo. Bro, I hold on, limp.
Your arms, man, your arms. I'm not talking about your other body parts, motherfucker.
I'm in Taste the Rondo, and I'm eating the wings with my left hand, so I'm just holding my right arm on the table. Whole bicep tore off the bone, and I'm just smashing bourbon wings. And I'm in there so high and can't feel my arm. I feel like everybody in there is staring at me. So I'm just eating the wings, and I got my face down in the bowl. I'm just smashing them. My cousin like, cuz, you all right? I'm looking around. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, I just feel like everybody's watching me eat. He's like, nah, you good.
Damn, what do you mean watching you?
Dude, in my head, everybody in the restaurant knew I was off of edible. So I just felt paranoid, like everybody was staring at me.
Edibles don't do shit to me.
Man, look, maybe you ain't had the right ones.
I've been in Vegas a couple times.
I'm going to tell you, it was so powerful. I went home with a torn bicep. I walked in my room. This was in the wintertime. In February, I had on a winter coat. I went and laid in my bed with my jacket on. I woke up at 6 a.m, sweating, still fully dressed, laying in my bed with my arm fully extended. I woke up, my arm was in so much pain, bro. But yeah, shouts out to Taste the Rondo for holding it down with the bourbon wings.
Hey, that's what's up.
Y'all got me through a real painful experience. What you do this weekend though?
Hey,
speaking of stepping out for food.
Shit, man. I actually went out and had a couple drinks this weekend. Chill. What?
Don't be reading the comments, man. The comments is rolling in. We gotta stay focused. You know they on there acting a fool right now.
Look at Sean. You snitching there, son. What's going on? Hey, why y'all always gotta leave the key? These guys is backwards. Put that on. Hey, can I get my drop? Niggas backwards.
But anyway, what you do this weekend, cuz?
No, man, I chilled. I did go out a little bit, had a couple drinks on Friday.
Okay.
Saturday, I went to bed at like 10:30. This shit was crazy.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I knew I had a big day Sunday. Like I like to chill.
Where'd you go out and get your drinks at?
Rooftop. Shout out Oxcart.
Oxcart.
Check.
People been telling me I ain't been in Oxcart in probably like 2 years.
You know
man,
what? You
but
should
they
come
been
over.
saying
Like
it's
you can
chill.
even free drink. I live across the street, so you can come and fuck with me.
Okay. It's a cool vibe there.
Oh yeah, you can see the stars and shit. You can see the whole St. Paul.
Yeah.
Well, at least like the regions area.
What-
Like not like you can see like Lower Town area.
I feel you.
Towards
I feel you.
35 and 94. Type
What's
of
the music like?
shit. The shit they play whatever.
Okay.
Sometimes they be having DJ D-Mill been there. Shout out D-Mill.
Got you. Got you. What's the crowd like? What's the age demographics?
I would say anywhere from 25 to 40,
Okay.
45.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's my kind of vibe.
Yeah, so I went out and had some
do they got a dress code?
no dress code. It ain't like where you go. You gotta
Can I
have a
get
vest.
in?
You can get in even with those fucking pink socks. nigga.
Man,
even with these pink
socks is
socks.
hard.
Hey, y'all see this? Regina, you letting them leave the house like that? What you doing?
Hold on, man. I'm gonna help you get dressed.
Yeah, shit.
Let me
pink socks?
let me help you out, man. Let me throw some stuff in your closet, man.
Man, look.
Let me put you on some fashion.
Nothing pink besides my bracelet. That's because that's a thing that women who, you know,
Breast cancer
awareness. So
there you go. I
that's
feel
you
it.
know,
I
yeah.
feel
So,
it.
but I don't know about the
That's what I'm-
socks. So you
That's
got.
what I'm celebrating, man. Breast cancer awareness.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know.
It's almost
I'm
that time.
sorry.
It's football season.
All right. Well, shit. All right.
Well,
Well,
yeah. This weekend, I
who was you on?
Friday, I chilled at the homie's house. We had a little kickback, barbecue in the backyard. So it was more of a laying low type of weekend. Played some poker, got on the grill, made some wings, made some steak bites. Nothing too
So
serious.
you ate good. You was kicking.
Yeah, just kicked it with the homies, man. It's about 8-9 of us in the backyard. So yeah, we just kind of took a play off this weekend. Saturday, really more so just focused on the kids. Got out with them, had some fun. So yeah, we just laid back, man.
It was kind of cool. Are you liking the weather that's coming in?
You know
how it's changed. You see how like it almost like what you got on is almost too cold. Like it was cold out the last 3 days.
I'm a warm weather dude, man. Like yeah,
we ain't in Miami. We're not in Florida.
The 70-degree temperature was kind of disappointing for me. And with me being in the ice cream business, it ain't great for business either. Like, you know, my commission checks ain't as high when the weather drops. So I'm gonna need it to stay hot for a couple more weeks. I need me some 80 and 90 degree days.
Go see him. He can get you anything you want if you let him know ahead of time.
That's real. We do it all, man. We got ice cream cakes, ice cream sandwiches, malts, shakes, banana splits, brownies, apple pie, a la mode, whatever you need.
I gotta pull up there. I need to go.
It.
I gotta pull up there. I gotta get me a banana split. I ain't had one in years.
Hey man, the sales went crazy this summer. I ain't gonna lie, man. And appreciate everybody who does come out and support, man. This is our 3rd year.
That's what's up.
We had our
shouts out to you.
We entered
Much
into our
respect.
3rd year in May, and it's been nothing but up. So shouts out to everybody who's helping support black businesses, small businesses. We up and coming, and there's no looking back, man. We looking forward to doing really well as we move forward.
So before we get into our guest, that's about to come on here soon, what's going on in hip hop?
Man,
What you want? Like, I know we was on the table, but I can't. I need to know what your feelings on Game coming at Eminem. We're supposed to scrap it, but I can't.
Can't do it. I get it. We 80s babies.
Yeah. So I mean, do you think he had bars on him? Like, did he come like, have you listened to it? First of all, I guess
I did.
You did.
I did. I didn't even make it through the whole album. This is my thing. Like, I never been a huge fan of Game.
Oh, you didn't like him anyway?
No, I'm not saying I didn't like him, but I never been a huge fan of Game. I always felt that Game benefited from the production and the executive production of 50 Cent. Like, it's no secret that 50 wasn't writing some of Game's biggest songs.
That he wasn't?
That he was writing. It's no
Oh, he
secret
was.
that he
All
was
right.
writing. In fact, he was giving him some of his songs as his singles. Some of those are 50 Cent songs, and he gave them to Game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I just never could really get over him just name dropping everybody on every song. Like, I
He's
just
known
don't.
for that.
Yeah, I got tired of hearing I'm eating chicken wings like Rick Ross. I'm lifting weights like 50 Cent. And, like, I don't know, man. Like, he got bars, but I don't know. He just don't quite do it for me. And
You know what?
for him
That's
to come at
kinda what-
Eminem, I feel like it's a clout chase.
That's kind of what you know what? Hey, chat. I kind of want to ask y'all that. what do you think about what I just asked Kim? Do you think Game was on point coming at Eminem, or do you think he was kind of a weirdo for that? The way I kind of feel like you, Easy, weirdo.
Yeah.
Where you coming from coming at Eminem, and why are you liking his daughter's pictures that are, what is she, 23 years old?
Right, right.
What are you doing? Like,
if you, matter of fact,
you're a weirdo.
For everybody who's watching, if you in the chat, man, if you think Game's diss track was fire, drop the fire emoji. If you think it was a clown move, hit a sad face or something like that. Just give us some public opinion. But me personally, I feel like it's a clout chase. And to be at the age that those artists are, because we were young when Eminem came out, so M got to be like damn near 50 these days, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this young generation ain't even listening to you like that. Like Eminem, he's at the end of his career, so he's not even relevant. It don't even make point. It don't make sense to diss somebody that's not even relevant in today's hip hop and pop culture. Like, what are you chasing? You know what I'm saying? It don't make no damn sense. But, yeah, I don't know. Next up, though, in hip-hop, Rod Wave. That's what young people are listening to right now. So really what I want to know is, how do people feel about all this sad boy music? Because right now, I feel like hip-hop is super depressed. Everybody's on drugs. Everybody's miserable. All these brothers is hurt and they feelings.
That's because they're all, like, young. Like, they call us old heads. They young heads. They're all on Percocets and I don't know.
But what they so damn sad about?
Sad, dude, when you're on a bunch of drugs like that, you ain't really happy. Not to mention you're probably drinking and smoking a bunch of weed. And
they just on all these downers or something?
And all these downers, and you're one of them.
This dude.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
I just don't understand
weirdos.
What everybody got to be so upset about. I mean, in this generation, they got some of the greatest access, like when it comes to social media. You got all this technology. You could literally do and be whatever it is that you want to do. Like, nothing really is out of reach for you no more. So what the hell is they so unhappy about? Like, people is making it in music off of streaming services.
I mean, yeah, you can.
You ain't gotta. You don't even have to relocate yourself and move to a different area of the country to get on.
You don't gotta be in You don't gotta be in the hood. You don't gotta be in the label. You don't gotta be in the gang. You don't gotta be in none of that and make money doing hip hop nowadays. No.
So what is?
You don't gotta be one of them. You don't gotta be a demon or whatever y'all be saying.
So what the hell are these rappers crying about?
They depressed, man. They on drugs, man. They on drugs. They get caught cheating every other day. The woman don't want to give nothing. They take all their money. They're in and out of jail. Them niggas is just depressed, bro.
Well, man, I'm not throwing no shade at Rod Wave because I rock with Rod Wave.
No, I like his music too.
And it's a certain mood and a certain vibe, though.
But he's depressed for different reasons. He's not trying to be like.
What's he depressed for? He got money. What? Because he's overweight? What's he depressed about?
Yeah, maybe because he's fat. Maybe he's not comfortable with his body. Like,
he don't feel good in his own skin.
Rich, maybe he don't.
Man,
maybe every time he gets a girlfriend, she cheats on him.
I seen my homie Dom in the chat.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
He looked like Rod Wave.
Oh, he did.
And he ain't. Hey, y'all, if you watching this, scroll through the comments and find Dom Wagner that looked like Rod Wave's big brother. And
hey, look what he said.
Ladies, back off of him because he married, but Dom popping right now. Because
look what he said.
When Rod, he said, "I'm fat and happy." Hey, when the album dropped, Dom started getting love. Everybody talk about, you look just like Rod Wave. Right. He can't go nowhere without damn near having to sign an autograph. So shouts out to Coach Dom. Shouts out to the Spartans basketball team. He's played a big role in continuing the support and the growth of that program. And shouts out to the St. Paul Governors. He's also my assistant line coach.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, man,
y'all gonna be any good this year before we bring on our guests?
Oh man, we got heat. So
you got
my son's.
Tell me about the Governors.
My son's team is just loaded. We got like,
what position your son playing this year? Quarterback.
He's quarterback and free safety.
Okay.
We got 44 kids on that 6th grade football team. And when I tell you, like, it's some of the top best athletes in the state class of 2029, y'all watch what I tell you. Not just in our program. 2029 is loaded across the whole state, just in general, across the metro at least. I've been watching these kids since they were 6, 7 years old. There's a lot of great talent at a lot of different programs. But our program is definitely nice. So those 44 kids are now split up into 2 teams for conference play. But then we're coming together and we're playing as one team, like an all-star team, to play against all the travel teams and to go into tournaments.
Okay.
We're gonna tear some people up. Our 8th grade squad
Shouts
is
out,
loaded too.
Governors.
Yeah, the 8th grade got a little Brian White III. He's a monster. He's built like his dad. Looked like he's
Shout
been
out,
lifting
B.
weights all his whole life. One of the
niggas is
fastest
strong.
kids I've ever trained at that age.
What up, Riley?
Chris Washington's little son, Julius Washington.
Out Chris Washington.
Yeah, in the
He out
north
there
side.
like he was at Concordia St. Paul.
Man,
His
so
dad was
you
out
know
there
about
getting busy.
Chris, right? Man, so we got all them juniors, man. So it's getting
That's
ready to
what's
go
up.
down.
Yeah, before we bring him on, what's up, Neil Guap?
Neil Guap
All right,
in
she's
the
a
building.
vibe.
Hey, doing
What's
good,
happening?
doing good.
You know the vibes.
That's what's up. That's
you know
what's
what
up.
we're doing. So, why don't you introduce and bring on our guest?
Yeah, so speaking of youth sports,
Yeah.
the guy that's getting ready to come on, near and dear to me, both as a friend, a peer, but also at one point an arch enemy, a nemesis. He was hailing all the way from Frogtown football and Family First when I was down in my Jimmy Lee days. We was having battles. He used to
Shout
heckle
out
me on the
MLK.
field. He used,
Shout
to
out
be,
Martin
he used to be on the
King.
other side of the field talking about, hey, Coach Jackson. And I'd be trying to call my plays. He'd be yelling out my plays and stuff.
God damn,
But
he had
yeah,
you
man,
scoped.
we got to bring on South St. Paul's head basketball coach, Coach Darren Edwards.
Come on through,
in,
bro.
man. Yeah,
Right.
what's
You
going
know the
down, bro?
vibe. What's happening, Coach? How you feeling?
Man, I can't call it. How y'all boys doing?
Oh man, you know we trying to vibes. You know,
Blessed
we
and
tryna-
highly favored.
Right, definitely. You know, every day's different. Every day's different. You know, I guess first and foremost, thank you for coming on.
Nah, for sure. Thank you for
Appreciate
having
you
me.
taking your time out to come and mess with us.
Oh,
you
man,
know, every minute's precious, so I definitely appreciate that.
I appreciate the invite.
I kind of want you, before we even get into it, let the people know. Like, I don't know if you're on the social media or if you have that, but if you have like that, you can definitely let the fans know who you are.
Facebook, Darren Edwards. Instagram, Darren Edwards. My Twitter is Darren Edwards.
And he's all everything.
I mean,
His
you
shit
a
don't
head coach,
change.
so you can't.
You got to keep it simple.
Yeah,
you got to keep it simple. You can't have no
You
stupid
can't
stuff.
really- you gotta
Yeah,
worry
it's
about
just
the nicknames.
Darren Edwards, Coach
Oh,
Edwards,
yeah,
whatever.
Right,
Keeping it
Coach.
simple.
So, I guess my first question for you, we got kind of like a list for questions for you, but I'm gonna ad lib this one. I'm
doing that.
right. I was already doing that, so I was like, I'm about to ad lib some shit with you.
Yeah. Well,
First
let's just start out with just tell us your background, man. Where you from?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, where you grow
Like,
up.
where you from?
Before
Tell
he
your
gets
story.
to what he really wanted, because
Yeah,
you know
already
he got
what
some
he
hot
on.
topics
He
coming.
on. I know what he on. But I'm originally from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Shouts out St. Paul.
Frogtown area. Shout out FT, man. You see,
Shout
I
out,
got the
God.
green mic, so
Right.
it's only inevitable that it worked out like
Right.
that. Realistically, I'm just a neighborhood guy. Like Leo, grew up in the neighborhood. Never really expected to be a head coach or anything like that. I was playing football and doing my own thing, and kind of just stumbled upon it. My brother's team didn't have a coach one year. I think it was like 10U. They ain't have a 12U coach either at the rec, so I just moved him up to 12U, and we took the 12U team, and that was at Rice. So, like, my first actual team was at Rice. And,
Is that when y'all was bailing?
Nah, we battled football, so it was basketball.
He talking
you
hoop.
know,
Oh.
Football has just been FT. Like,
Oh, okay.
But
I
tell
was-
people
I was-
what FT is, just in case they not
Right.
not
if
from
you
St.
don't know
Paul.
what FT is, it's Frogtown Athletics. So we're pretty much based out of Frogtown. We operate out of West Minnehaha, Frogtown Community Center, Hancock. We support all the kids in the surrounding area.
Right.
We offer everything from football, baseball, basketball, soccer, anything you could imagine. We're trying to get into other avenues too. So if y'all interested in hockey, anything like that, man, hit us up, man. Frogtown Athletics.
That's
Make
real.
sure y'all
That's
do
real.
that.
So you said you were at Rice Street coaching basketball first. That was like your first step?
that was my first stop. I was this is around the time the Rice Street Rebels were a team. And that's kind of what made me want to have my own team. Shout out to E too, man. Like, he played a big part into it as well, because I was down in a little gym at first.
Okay.
Like, I wasn't even upstairs on the wood.
Oh, you made it to the big stage.
So, once they moved me upstairs, I got to see how they was practicing, how they was doing stuff, and I was like, man, I need my own. Like I could do this, and so it kind of led me down the path of just finding anybody who wanted to hoop, you know, and kind of just being that energetic coach who gave them energy, coach them hard, you know, give them life lessons, but also have a little bit of fun.
That's real.
You know? So it all worked itself out. I ended up leaving Rice and going to West Mini. And that's
West Mini, haha.
Yeah, that's my like neighborhood rec. Like I grew up there, so like,
that's where you played, right? You played football and all that.
Football
back
and
then.
everything when it was just West Mini
Under the legendary Johnny Howard.
Yeah, so I was a part.
Hey, was that during our time when I was playing at MLK with like Dre Ellis against them?
Yeah, well, he's younger. He's younger.
Oh,
he was
he's
that next generation.
Okay,
so he came up like when Brian White was at West Mini,
Brian
Terrell
White's a little
Suggs,
bit older than
Antoine
me.
Suggs,
Me and
all
Dre,
those guys.
Me, Dre, and Rashawn, we played at MLK.
See, we was
balling West Mini. That's a fact.
Stop it.
He wasn't on the team then, so it didn't even
I
matter.
didn't say he was. I'm
You
just saying
said it to him with your chest like he was
I'm just saying
hooping.
we was balling West Mini.
It's
I didn't say he was on our team.
It's-
Well, you know who
it's
was
six-
though? I think his name was Michael Jordan. Remember him?
Michael Jordan was on
it's
that
6
squad?
rec
Yeah.
centers in a 3-mile radius.
Right.
You got Hancock, West Mini, Shefford, or formerly Shefford, now Frog Talk Community Center, MLK, Jimmy Lee,
Yeah.
Marion Park,
And Palace.
Palace. If you want to add that,
Yeah. Our hood's
Like,
divided.
And then we ain't even get to Rice, and Rice rec is
Right.
literally up the street.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, of course y'all probably was. That's back when everybody was having fun and like playing with their homies, and like it wasn't about anything that's going on now. It was just about hey,
you're
we
saying
gonna
it's like
get
it's a whole different vibe now
yeah, it's different now
compared to like
because I remember I used to run the scoreboard at West Mini on Saturdays. I used to play the 10U league up there, and before even I had a team, I was a shorty, probably like 10 years old, 11 years old. Ronnie had his team in there.
Yeah.
And they
Shout out
came
Coach
in.
Ronnie.
Shout out Coach Ronnie, man.
Yeah,
He
he's a legend.
really the GOAT.
He's a legend.
Like, he a legend in this. Like, they came in with the nice warm-ups, and, you know, he had the fresh jumpsuit on with the fresh mics, you know, had an organized warm-up. Like, it was dope. And me as a kid seeing that, I was like, man, I need to figure out how I could get myself in that. So when I got into coaching, I always wanted our warm-ups to be organized. I always wanted to look nice because, you know, I had people before me that did that same thing. So we started Get Buckets. That's really, it was Rice Street Magic, then Get Buckets. Shout out to Gary Smith, too. That's your cousin.
Yeah, it's my little cuz, yeah.
He played for me. That was an amazing kid. Like, carried us through. I remember I missed a game. I was out of town playing in a national football game, national championship, and we had a rec game, and he called me like, "Oh, coach, man, I got ejected out the game." I'm like, "Oh, what happened, bro?" He's like, "Man, coach, he tried me. I couldn't let him get us like that."
He tried me.
Hey,
So,
Gary
know,
be competing. That's a
Hey,
competitive
talk
dude.
about goon, like
Yeah.
all out competitor.
Yeah.
Like lovely person internally, but the competitor in that kid is
You can't coach that.
man. You
So
cannot.
are you more a football person than basketball, or is of the, like which one are you more?
I grew up playing football.
Okay.
I wasn't really a hooper.
Oh,
A lot
you
of
weren't
people
a
don't
hooper?
even know. Like I played hockey as a shorty.
Oh, okay.
So you go in Jimmy Lee, you see the old Mariucci picture.
Yeah.
You'll see me in there.
It's some brothers,
So,
Brian
you know what I'm
White,
saying? Like, Brian White was in the
Hassan.
program.
It was some cats
We
that
had some
played
cats
hockey
that,
for Mariucci.
The Cato brothers from Central.
Yup,
Like
yup.
they played hockey as well. So
Yup.
it's like I wasn't really hooping as a shorty. I was playing football and
I grew up.
all my homies was hooping. I was more just out there for something to do.
Yeah.
You know, go get a couple fouls, you know, fast breaking, Mr. Layup type stuff.
So you just kind of got called to the sport then, when in terms of coaching, like
Yeah.
you just kind of fell into it.
It just so happened. Like my first actual high school job was football at Highland. I was coaching at Highland Park with Coach Zychek and Dave Ross. Shout out to my
Hey, what
man
year?
Dave
What
Ross.
year was that? Was that my homie line?
Man.
What year was that?
Now you making me think. I think it was 2016.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forget. You were younger than me because I remember I had some homies that played.
We
at
had some
Highland.
studs there. I don't know
You
if
know.
you know who Josh Awney is, but
Oh, Josh, yeah,
Josh
Minnesota
Awney
Gopher.
is- Man, look,
What was that receiver that they had?
That's probably who you thinking about.
Meach Collins
Meach
Wesley.
was
He was a quarterback.
He was getting
too.
loose though. He was getting loose.
Yeah. Putting up video game
Yeah,
stats.
he was nasty.
Yeah.
Like we had a whip, and it was a great experience, man. Shout out to Z. Like he gave me opportunity to do something at the highest level, and I learned a lot from him. And then 2 years into that, I got my first basketball gig at Johnson.
Shout out Johnson.
Hey, shout out Johnson.
Shout out Noletta,
Coach
Q.
Colin. That's a big part of my life in like coaching and mentorship. And
Was that Johnson?
no, just Colin, he's the head coach there now.
What happened to Vern? He retired.
He retired.
Oh.
And when he retired, Colin stepped
took over.
in and he brought you in under him.
I was there when Vern was still there, so I had the opportunity to learn from Vern as
Shout out
well. Vern is an animal. Like
He just went to the Hall of Fame.
yeah, like
Did you
Vern.
hear that? Did you hear that? I don't know
Vern
if you heard
does.
about
Yeah,
that.
I did hear that, man. Shout out to Vern. Congrats on that too. Vern is very unorthodox, and a lot of his methods people didn't understand. Like, but he loved his kids, and he loved the fact that he showed that Eastside pride, and they represented Johnson in the manner and fashion that they did, going undefeated, winning the state title, getting to the state, having the epic games that they had with Minneapolis North and the Twin Cities crossover games. Like, you can't talk St. Paul basketball without talking St. Paul Johnson.
You can't.
Like,
That's a fact.
it's not even.
It's almost like
a
back
question.
in the day, like Central used to be like.
Yeah.
It's almost like back in the
In the
day, like in
80s.
the 90s.
The
like
90s,
the 80s,
yeah.
90s.
I was born in
Central-
'87, so
Yeah.
I don't know nothing.
Well, yeah, you're a little like.
But like you've heard the stories.
I heard
though.
the stories.
Like when Coach Al Langford and all
now
them was
that
coming through.
Now that I'm a head coach,
and Suggs was coming through.
Right.
I get to hear about all of the greats before us and the stuff that who paved the way, because I played against Allen's son, Michael,
Okay.
and he was a demon too, so just the whole wave of St. Paul basketball, St. Paul sports in general, I think a lot of people don't understand that the dynamic has not so much changed, but it's evolved with the times of travel sports, AAU sports,
Right.
and things of that nature. That's why you don't see the rec centers as popping as much as they was, because AAU basketball or AAU football is now year round.
But the families and the talent is still there.
Still there, 100%.
The talent is
still
still
go to the
there.
neighborhood schools.
Yep.
Still go to the the neighborhood rec centers. They might not be in there as much as like for the sports, but you'll still go out and you'll see kids in there.
Right.
frequenting the rec centers outside. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like St. Paul and Minneapolis, the Twin Cities, is probably one of the most underrated markets for like youth and prep athletes. Like when you really look at like how small our population is, and then you look at the number of kids that like make it and are successful, whether it's Super Bowls, the NBA, Hall of Fame, like we gotta be up there. I know we can't be we're not in the same breath as a Florida, Texas. I get all that, but once you get past like them real big states, when you look at us like per population, we're loaded.
Right.
We're loaded.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I used to believe in that. Well, man, they down south, so they got the advantage. Then I went to college and I seen that when they get cold, them down south dudes, like, they don't know how to react.
They don't know how to handle it.
So
They don't know how to handle it.
I'm not saying that the transition is harder. There's a major gap, but the Midwest, any athlete that grows up in the Midwest has the advantage because you get all the seasons.
That's real. That's real.
You get the same opportunity to work hard in the winter.
Right.
If you if you a basketball player and your excuse is, well, it's snow on the court outside. I got a kid, and I know a few other kids who don't go to my school that would literally shovel their courts off so they could get their time in.
That's dope.
Right. That is dope.
You know
That's
what I'm
leading into one of my last questions I got for you. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta go here.
Here you go.
I got to.
Speaking of hard work,
Right. Speaking of work.
go ahead. Drop the bomb.
All right, so look. I never seen you before. Well, I've seen you before today. I saw you at a game with my nephew. Jamie, shout out Manny. St. Thomas Academy. Khalid Alameen was coaching. You was coaching South St. Paul.
Yeah.
Shouts out to y'all. Y'all had a good record. Y'all had a good season. But I went to Tartan. So we always beat the hell out of y'all. We got a state championship too.
Them days is over.
I mean, I didn't say it's, I'm talking 20 years ago.
You heard what I said.
He said those days are over. Hey, shout out Coach K. He's a Hall of Fame coach.
Coach
too.
K ain't bringing in talent like he used to.
Hey, listen,
Now he ain't getting them East Side guys.
I ain't.
You know who I'm talking about? Too. You know Coach K, right?
I know who Coach K is. Shout out Coach K. But I ain't got nothing to say about
What they gonna do now?
what anybody else ain't doing.
Hey,
I got my question for you. I was at the semifinal
section game, right?
section game.
section semifinals.
Okay.
South St. Paul versus who?
St. Thomas Academy.
Okay.
St. Thomas Academy.
I saw y'all had some words, man.
Who?
Him and Khalid.
Khalid who?
Khalid Alameen.
Khalid Alameen from the Bulls. Khalid Alameen
From the Bulls, from
UConn?
Connecticut, from Minneapolis North.
Big
Yeah.
East Player of the Year.
Yeah. Second round draft pick, 30.
Arguably one of the greatest basketball players ever come out this state.
Nah, he's definitely I think he's the best, but that's just
That's to be debated.
That could be debated.
Well, how good of a coach is he?
He hell of a coach.
You hell of a coach.
Yeah, like,
But I just want to know what happened because the bench is almost cleared. And hey, shout out to my homie Bruce Price too from South.
Can he fight?
I don't know.
It was close.
You know?
They almost. It was close. Leo, you weren't there.
I tell you,
I seen it on the internet.
I tell you like this.
I'm talking about in person in 4K.
And shout out to Lid because, you know, he doing good things at St. Thomas. I think heat of the moment, everybody, they find ways to try to motivate their guys and,
Okay.
you know, get
Good
their
answer.
guys to play hard and, you know, just.
And y'all, I ain't gonna lie. Look, I know that was my nephew's team, but y'all team was way better. It's not like y'all. It's not like it was.
Well, how about we do this? Take a step back. For people who don't know, give us a little backdrop on the story because y'all are in the same division or whatever, like same
Yeah, we in the same
conference.
conference,
So
so we
tell us
see
a little
each other.
history on South St. Paul versus St. Thomas and why it was so heated once y'all got to the sections. Like, did y'all beat them? Did they beat you during the season?
So this was his first year coaching them.
Okay.
So he gave them a energy boost.
last year they lost. They won 5 games last
So
year.
you know, and
Damn.
then,
It was 5 and
he
like
had,
25.
He had his son there, Issa,
Okay.
who was a freshman, standout young dude, played hella minutes for them. Gave him some good energy off the bench. You know, I think where we were at the past 3 years since I've been at South St. Paul, we haven't lost to St. Thomas. So I think previous to that, it's more of a people look at South St. Paul as, well, this is an automatic dub.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when I was going there, it was, but I don't know about now.
Yeah, it's not sweet. So
So it ain't sweet. It ain't like
like-
it was.
Y'all got talent now.
I mean, I ain't gonna say now, but in general, yes. Like
Gotcha.
we got talent in the school and in the community,
Right.
and I think people weren't used to us being successful. They were
Okay.
used to like,
Just being a
yeah, y'all lay
walkover.
down, just lay down.
down,
It's all
yeah.
right, you know. Like
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. When I was at Tartan, man, we
before
used
we
to
got
blow.
there, they was 7 and
Yeah,
I don't
we used
even
to
know.
blow the dogs off them.
so you know, like people used to come in there like, oh, this is a guarantee. So I just think in general, when I was offered the JV position from Coach Matt at South St. Paul, I just had anything previous to me don't matter, and there ain't nothing y'all can do to me right now that I ain't already been through. Like, let's
Right.
get to it.
Right.
And
You think the kids kind of took on that same attitude?
100% because they had never seen it.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
They didn't know what to expect. Like, you see me, like, short dude, stature, you know, at that time I had a fade, very energetic, very in your face, you know, it's sometimes they don't adapt well.
Nah, man, you were very energetic that day at that game.
I'm energetic all the time when I'm coaching because I feel like at the
Trust
end of
me,
the day,
I was up in the rafters. I wasn't even on the
that's because
bottom.
you was late.
Yeah, I came late.
Yeah,
It was
see,
tough to get
that's
in
what
there.
happens. If
Yeah.
you ever been to South St. Paul, you can't show up at halftime.
And I was on the parked on the hill
you
and the
can't
walk
show up late.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
don't really
get
go to
there.
South St. Paul. Like,
Shout out to South St. Paul too, the community.
Because y'all
Like,
came
Yeah.
from, I mean, y'all really came up out the bottom. Like,
I mean, our first year there, we was 18-8.
your first year was how long ago? How many seasons
3
ago?
years ago.
So
So
3 years.
This is year 4 for me. This
Okay.
is my first year full time as a head coach.
Right. So, but last year when y'all went to section finals was season 3.
Yep, season 3.
So season 1, you had how many wins?
We had 18.
18 wins in season 1?
Yep, and we had 8 losses.
And then how many in 2?
Second year, we went 20-1.
Damn, and then season 3?
It's 28-1.
And that was under your leadership.
We went 18-1 under me.
Damn, 18-1 in
Hey,
your
so-
first
hey,
year as
so
head
who-
coach?
Hey, so who'd y'all lose to in the state?
We lost to De La Salle in the section final.
Were they good?
Yeah, solid team.
Oh.
You know, like,
So it wasn't like a bad loss, like you weren't playing bums.
this is just my thought. That was a state game.
How
The
far did De
section
La Salle
championship.
make it
De
in
La
the
Salle
state?
made it to the state championship.
They went to the
Okay.
championship.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were good.
So y'all lost to the team
So
that
yeah,
finished
eventually,
second.
And shout out to Columbia Heights too, because Columbia Heights lost to Totino. Columbia Heights was also undefeated and lost in the section championship.
Oh, they were good too.
So they were undefeated as well. So, you know, like I I say this wholeheartedly, like, you know.
And I heard y'all lost at the buzzer. Nigga, somebody hit a step back.
Well,
or something.
it was
am I lying or did I
it wasn't
read
at
that
the
wrong?
buzzer. Like, we got a chance to get a shot off.
Oh,
It just
okay.
wasn't-
Because I heard
final
somebody.
seconds,
Yeah,
It was like one of those.
It was 2 seconds left. It was about 7 seconds left. He got the
Okay.
ball. You know,
I'm just
hard
saying what I
push.
read. I heard,
Hard
like-
push, like,
Okay.
to be honest. And
He did some shit
I don't
like
got
that.
no problem saying that because
Okay.
like, I'm real and I had to critique myself a lot after this. That young man who just committed to Lehigh, Nasir Whitlock,
Yeah.
is a hell of a basketball player.
That's
Hell of
real.
a basketball player. Like, we
He did-
scouted him to the point to where we felt we had the game won. And
Oh, so you
at
weren't
the end of
scared
the
of that
game-
game.
at the end of the game, he went complete opposite of what he did the whole time on his scout and everything.
Damn.
You know, like,
What does that
usually
mean, bro? Will you elaborate a little bit more on that?
That
What do you mean
means-
he went opposite?
That means he figured out that I got to be unorthodox right now. I can't do anything I normally do. Now the jump shot, I feel that was a normal shot, but hard when you watch him on film, you know, you see right, you're like, oh, it's hard to the basket.
He goes to the cup.
And he pulled up.
Yeah, I heard he did like a Kimber Walker thing. It
wasn't no crossover. It was just a hard push. He got decent separation, and he hit a tough shot. Like, tough
Hats
shot.
off to him.
Yeah, man, look, man, you can say what you want, but most cats, they don't even get a chance to get there and be in that game. And
That's real.
That's
Just to have
right.
to be in
Yeah,
the
like,
moment and be the guy to get to
I
take
ain't-
the shot,
I
right?
ain't accepting the fact that we lost. I'm accepting the fact that as a coach who took over in January, like, and I told myself I wasn't ready, like, and all my peers and all, you know, my mentor, like, you ready, you got this. Like, everybody, man, you coached your ass off that game. You got nothing to be mad about. But I had a lot internally that I had to go back and look at. And
Right. I mean,
accept
but
as
it's
a
all
coach.
like you said. It was only your first. So you're as a head coach, your only first time.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the JV coach. But you know what? That kind of like leads into my next question. You had 2 players. I can't remember their names. One of them,
Alonzo Dodd and Devin Newsom.
Dodd. Where is he? Is he going to college?
Yeah,
'Cause
he is. Shout out to Zoe, too.
Shout
out
he's
to all
dope.
my guys.
Oh
Zoe,
yeah, I mean,
D
those only
News,
2 I would just remember.
Keon, Tay, Trey, you know, nephew. Shout out Caden, Sean, Hoffit. Shout out the whole South St. Paul varsity squad from last season. Them boys did some good things.
Because they were seniors, right?
Man, 10 seniors.
Right.
So
So y'all going way back. So you got to
we
start.
ain't going way
Oh, you
nothing.
ain't going. Okay.
We ain't
Hey,
going
I'll be
way
there
nothing.
because you know I'm going
Look,
at the same time.
You get two opportunities to see us. If
I'll
I-
be there.
Like, we don't need the respect on the paper. We just gonna show up in the gym and play.
That's
So
real.
where is he? Are they going? Are they going to school?
Devin Newsom is going to North Dakota State College of Sciences,
Okay.
D1 JUCO for basketball.
All right.
Alonzo is at Texas A&M Commerce, which is a
Okay.
D1 school.
Nice.
All right. Nice. Congratulations, bro.
I mean,
So let's talk about real quick because you said you won 18 games as the head coach.
mhm.
All right, so with 18 games, and you also just mentioned that you kind of felt like you weren't ready.
Yeah.
What did you have to do mentally to kind of prepare yourself to take on that responsibility? That's a lot of responsibility. Like, people don't understand what being a head coach is really all about.
I really had to adjust my everyday life because it was a little more hours. Like, you can't just leave early. You know, like, you got to be the first guy there, last guy leave. You know, I had an amazing group of managers who took a lot off my plate. And I had a a great AD, Chad Sexauer. He's now the AD at Lakeville North. He did an amazing job just being supportive to me. There was never no interview process for me. It was, most people are like, well.
You just got moved up?
Yeah, so it was just like, I got the call, I think it was like the 7th. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was joking. And, you know, like, shout out to my guy, man. RIP my bro, Matt. Like, I thought he was just being him, like, cracking them jokes. And he was like, you know, I'm serious. Like, we want you to take over. And I kind of just put my head back. I was literally getting ready for practice. I kind of just laid back on the bed. And it just was like, it was like I got stressed out instantly. Just for a simple fact is, like, most people, they think, like, you've been waiting your whole life for this.
Yeah.
But me, I'm thinking, like, damn, what are we going to do at practice?
Right. Because
Like,
it's responsibilities
right.
that
Like,
go with that.
I ain't prepared for this at all. So, you know, we go to the school. You know, I meet with the AD. Matt was there. You know, full support.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, he was always very supportive, and he believed in me a lot. I remember before he hired me, you know, he inboxed me on Facebook like, hey, man, I heard a lot about you. I look forward to meeting you. I want to interview you. So I'm like, cool, where you want to do it? You know, he was like, let's meet at the Coop, the chicken spot. If you ever been to South St. Paul, you got to go to Coop. Chicken spot, off the charts. Off the charts.
I remember that.
What's it like? It's like a Cane's, like tenders, or is it like
it's
wings?
real chicken wings. Like
Okay,
wings,
okay.
breast, legs, thighs.
Got you.
They get
Grilled,
on
barbecue,
roll.
fried.
It's fried.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
You know, it's good
Okay.
fried chicken.
So it's not tenders.
Nah, I mean, I think they got tender meal in there, but I ain't never had the tenders.
Got you.
So, you know, I took over, and, you know, he used to text me, you know, just tell me how proud of me he was. And, you
That's
know,
what's
I
up, man.
just be like, you know, man, let me know if I'm doing anything wrong. And he was like, you're doing good. He was always so supportive. And I think that allowed me to carry over into the games, you know,
Yeah.
to, you know, just to stay positive. And then, like, we still had our same staff. So, like, nobody from the staff had changed or anything at that point in time. So I really leaned on them. Shout out to the staff, too, Adam,
Right.
Rob, Steve, you know. And then we had a legend. I had a legend. I had the opportunity. His name is Paul Miller.
Mm-hmm.
And he was an older guy, because at first I didn't have my coaching certificate, so I had to have him sit on the bench.
Oh, okay.
I had to, till I could get my coaching
You had
certificate.
to get certified through the high school league.
I couldn't do the class till February, so I had to have him sit on the bench with me, because we had to have somebody with the license on the bench.
Okay.
And he ended up being so pivotal to me, because he showed me really, like, how to scout.
The ropes.
Yeah, like, how to, like, you
the
gotta
ropes.
really, like, study your opponents, and you gotta, like, respect the game. And
Mm-hmm.
it would be days where he'd be like, oh, I'm gonna drive up here to scout such and such. That's 2 hours away. Like, where you going? Oh, my cabin's right up there anyway, so don't even worry about it.
Right.
And then he'd come back Monday, pamphlet of
Mhm.
notes, shot chart, free throws, rebounds, inbound plays, press, out of timeout situations, like, very thorough. And
Yeah.
it helped us prep for games and games and games and games. And
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't have got through those games if I didn't have the staff. And
I think
know,
what I want to
preparation.
share with the people is, because I was a high school coach before I was a youth coach. So I played 1 year college football. I started coaching high school. And what I'm hearing from your story is patience and climbing. I noticed that a lot of guys want to be the head coach right away. Or when they get into youth football, they want to be the head coach of the 14U. And they think that because they play Madden, that they got some plays that they know how to run a team. And I tell people all the time, I started off as a position coach at middle school football, and I was the film guy for the varsity. All I got to do was record the games, sit in the booth. And I had to work my way up to then being co-head coach of the middle school team. And then from there, I got promoted to the running back coach for the varsity team. And then from there, I was getting ready to take a next step, but I came to Minnesota. And then I was head coach, or I was a defensive coordinator for 14U Jimmy Lee Rhodes.
Okay.
Then the head coach of the Jimmy Lee Rhodes.
it took time.
It's a process. And I've been invited to coach high school football again, but I know the responsibility, the time. I'm a parent. I'm like, I don't even want that. But everybody thinks that it's easy, and that because they watched games on TV, they can do it. And they don't understand. First to be there, last to leave. Like, You damn near a janitor. You a parent. You the Uber. Like, you got the equipment manager. If you ain't got equipment managers, like, you got to do all this work. And everybody think, oh, I could do that. I could do that. Oh, them dudes, they suck. And they don't understand the grind that comes with it.
It's hard, man. Like,
Right, you know what? And that's hey, shouts out to you and shouts out to your dedication for everything you do. Not just for, the community and shit that you do that for, but you also do it for the kids, and that's what's up.
Yeah, man.
So shouts out to you.
And for little to no pay at times, depending upon
right, I ain't
where
even getting into that.
You got to look at it, like I look at it this way. When I was in high school, when I was going to college to play football,
yeah,
I connected with the basketball coach so I could be the camera guy for the basketball team. So that I ended up essentially becoming like the manager. Shout out to Jason Resloff too. So before I even like got back to like start a program and all that other stuff, like I already had like the humble nature of this is not going to be an overnight. This is nothing overnight. So when I started Family First, that essentially was like lighting off 10 boxes of fireworks.
Yeah, man.
It was, for me, like, almost like these little dudes was like the Beatles. Mm-hmm. And that carried on for me, starting as a youth coach, starting at the rec level, being, watching high school coaches. I used to tell my mentor, Colin, like, hey, come check me out, man. Mm-hmm. And he'll always come watch me. Yeah. Tell me all the time, like, hey, that press, you got to get that press right because that ain't how I taught you. But he was always supportive, you know what I mean? And I think for young kids who want to be a coach or who want to, like, do anything at a high level, like,
that's a good segue.
You got to be hungry, but you also got to be humble because at the same time, we was 28-0 when we lost that game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
28-0.
Like, I could sit here right now and be like, the refs missed them calls. We had guys in foul trouble. It's a lot of variables that played into that.
I thought, you know what, to be honest, bro, seeing y'all in the semifinals at the same time.
You think it's
y'all
a cakewalk.
I know. I mean, you guys were, I thought the only thing that could hurt you was you're too small. You had no, like, you had a bunch of athletic dudes, but you didn't have no size.
USL wasn't really.
And St. Thomas, they had them on the ropes.
They did have them on the ropes.
Stop it.
5 minutes left in the game, they were down 2.
Listen, man.
I was there.
Like I know, everybody that's seen all you good teams out there. You watch NBA, college, any of that. Even number 1 teams are down, and they find ways to win games, which is what we did.
That's what he ain't lying.
So
but
that's what shaped our season. Like, if we
we're still on the ropes, though.
We went down. We was ranked 1 for about 72 hours. Coach Matt was still coaching. We went down to Casa and Manorville and played Austin. One of the top 3A teams. They're long, athletic, bunch of Africans, like overwhelming size and like just all over you. It was down 15 that game. We came back and won.
By how much?
We won the game by like 6. We closed out. We hit threes. We made our free throws. We played defense.
Game of runs. It's a game of runs.
Talk about that with that 5 minutes and that 2. We had been in that. We was down 10.
Hey, man, St. Thomas won 5 games a year.
We was down 10.
I'm trying to just shout out my school.
We was down 10 at Tartan.
Hey, well.
At Tartan.
Khalid,
it's hard to win at Tartan.
I heard Khalid was ready to have all y'all on the ropes.
If you go to Tartan, you go by the locker room where the locker room is. You'll see a picture of me up there.
Man, I ain't
fact.
in there
Only
state
champion.
I look at the kids who played in my program that went there.
State champion.
I go there.
Well, you know who?
Antoine Kemmons.
You know, yeah.
So
shout out.
Is he still with? Is he in his senior year at UNI?
He's at Concordia.
He transferred. Okay.
How about Horn? You know Jordan.
Yeah, I know Jordan. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Jay Horn.
Shout out Eastside
Lifestyle. Dorian Singer.
So Ty, we got legends over there. We've really been doing this for years. You can't say I'm lying either.
For years.
Look,
you had a good run.
Listen.
For years.
Listen.
We got a Hall of Fame coach.
Listen.
That don't come easy.
Chill.
We here talking about South St. Paul. We ain't talking
Chill,
about
bro. I know. Chill. We shouting out kids.
Hey,
Chill.
Yeah, the
Chill.
kids. You know, the kids.
We shouting out kids.
You know what though? So when you were at before you went to South St. Paul, you were at Johnson. You said,
Yeah,
right?
I was a freshman coach. I was a freshman coach at Johnson. It was a co-op job. So me and Coach Raji was actually one of the coaches of the Running Rebels, who Daniel Oturu and Good News Capigo, they all were at Rice too. That's what a lot of people don't know. Like,
Before he went to Creek, didn't he go to your school?
He was at. He went to
I
Creek,
mentored him while he was in high school.
But like them dudes at a young age, like,
shouts out to Daniel Oturu,
man, at a young age, like just raw, long, just overly athletic. So a lot of kids were scared. This is when like Ronell was playing for Salvation Army at the time.
Okay.
So,
and you just brought him on your coaching staff, right?
At my school, yeah, he's one of my.
Hey, Ronnie,
players,
tap
man.
in, man. We're gonna have to
Shout
tag
out to
him
Ronell,
on this,
man.
Yeah, congratulations on the coaching job.
I figured that at this point in time, when Colin had gave me the job, he was doing what he felt was best for me and my interests.
Right.
And that was to put me in a position to learn, to grow, without restriction, without you don't got to validate nothing else, nephew. You got it. Like, you good. And before I even took the job to leave at South St. Paul, like, I talked to him and Coach Tony, and, I was like, do I have y'all's blessing to leave? And, Coach C told me, he was like, man, you ain't bound here. He's like, this is what we want. He's like, spread your wings and fly.
Yeah,
so
it's a platform for you to grow from.
He gave me his blessing. Coach Tone gave me his blessing. And I went to South St. Paul with no regard for anything but winning.
That's right.
They didn't know really what it was
to win.
To have,
because you got to teach people how to be winners.
And Coach Matt came in with that energy that was. If you ever seen him coach, like he was a character, man. I love the way he coached, because he used to do this thing with his leg when one of our top guys would get fouled. He'll pound his leg on the ground to the ref, like, I know you see that. He's all over him. And then he would always point to the camera so they know when to timestamp it.
Right.
So, and I never figured that out. So I asked him one day, I'm like, hey, Coach Matt, let me ask you a question. Like, why you always point to the camera? And he's like, so that's when I know, when I send clips to the Minnesota State High School League to evaluate refs, I know where to timestamp it at.
Right.
So,
where you pull those. Okay.
And like at that time, like, I was like, evaluate refs for what? Like,
I mean, some people, I guess I get it. Like,
man, listen.
They do that in basketball and football.
No matter how much you evaluate them, the ref going ref according to how you coaching it on him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
I've learned that. I got a tech at Hill Murray just for stomping my leg, doing the same thing Matt did. And this same ref didn't tech Matt up earlier in the year. He teched me up though, and he came to me and he was like, "You can't do that." He's like, what makes you think you can stomp your leg? I'm like, what makes you think you can miss a call and not come talk to me about it and acknowledge that I'm trying to talk to you? And he was like, you didn't even give me a chance. And I was like, man, me stomping my leg was to get you over here.
Right.
He gave me a tech and walked away. And at that point in time, we was losing to Hill Murray. We was undefeated, and Hill Murray was beating us by like 15 at that time.
What was the end score?
I think we won the game by 12.
Damn.
So they wrote a big article about it. Like, oh, Hill Murray has South St. Paul down on the ropes and da-da-da-da-da. Like, what do y'all get out of that?
Right.
Like, what do you get out of that? Like, just talk about the game. Like, talk about how their big guy had 18 points in the first half, and he shot 12 free throws, and he made 10 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, do the focal parts of the game. Like, don't just make it about Hill Murray having South St. Paul down. Like, it's disrespectful to Hill Murray.
But ain't that like just where we are in sports with just drama? Like, it's almost like
it's messy.
It is. It's like everything got to be a damn reality show. Like, from the youngest levels, 8U, all the way up. Like, everything is a damn reality show. Coaches are out of control. Parents out of control. Refs out of control. And I think this is a good segue to our last question for you, because you have coached youth sports. That was almost like the basis of your career, like your foundation.
Right.
I know you've seen the news with the football coach that got shot down in Texas.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Allegedly by Aqib Talib, the former Buccaneers cornerback's brother. He's the suspect in that. But, man, like, what do you think is really going on with the culture with sports right now, man? Why is it so violent? Why are we all fighting and arguing, and what's going on?
And I'm gonna say this because ain't nobody else gonna say it. Youth sports is like the new click banging. Like they done turned it like it's almost a bad thing for us to go over to Minneapolis and mess with the Spartans. Like they make it like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what Rome done did to me, besides, give me an avenue to grow as a coach, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I coach on the top level with his son's team on the top 16U team. And that team has some of the top players in the 2024 class. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the top guards, one of the top bigs. Shout out to Lil Rome and shout out to Chang. Then we got two guys from Iowa who are super slept on. 6'10" Leo, 6'10" Nano, and then 6'5" Leo Cousins. Like, who cares?
Right.
Like, why does that matter if I coach over here?
You think it's competitiveness?
Yeah. And it's a little bit of ignorance, too. Like, you can't. Why should I be mad at you because you want to go coach with the Governors?
Right. It don't make no sense. Yeah.
Some of my closest guys coach over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The O coordinator at the school, that was my man's. I brought him over there with me.
Yeah.
Right.
To coach my
Coach
team.
Q.
Yeah.
Right.
Shout out to Q. And now he's the
offensive coordinator
at the high school.
Yeah, and he was our 8th grade coach last year.
So it's like
head coach.
Like, y'all just we just got to get back to really teaching the love.
And that's what's up, man. And that's why you're like, not to cut you off, but that makes you like an influential guest that we've had. Like this season's been different. Like last season, I had like a lot of like up and coming rappers and like a lot of like people like that, which I'm gonna like. I'm always gonna give love to. Shout out to them. But this season, I've had like, shout out Nua Guwap. She's a fashion designer. We've had chefs. Okay. We've had, you're a basketball coach.
Yeah.
Next, we might have a lawyer or he's a club owner. Like, we're like leveling up. And I respect people like you.
Showing that love to people, man. They need these avenues.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. But you know what? And if you can, go to South St. Paul.
Heck yeah. I mean, go wherever fits.
Go wherever. Yeah. Listen.
If you got,
do not listen to him. Okay. He just listen, go where you want, go where you see fit.
I would say go to Tartan. I'm just giving him a little.
Go where you see fit. Yeah. Go where you're gonna be happy. Go where you're gonna it grow and develop to the best of your abilities. Don't worry about the pressures of your friends or any of that other stuff. Make the choices that are best shaped for you. Because at the end of the day, that scholarship or wherever you're going only gonna have your name on it.
That's real.
They're gonna have nobody else's name on it. That's a fact. So you can go to school with your homies, but them scholarships only got one name on them.
That's right.
That's a fact.
And you only get one chance to live his life. So, and there's a couple guys who have suffered from the school transferring because those transfer rules are real. They'll have you ineligible.
I feel like they need to get rid of them.
I agree with you. So kids can go where
just let them go wherever they want.
You ain't wrong.
Yep.
Because you just restricting them and you hurting them academically.
Yeah.
Because you forcing them to go to situations where they ain't happy.
Not
or
good.
They don't want to do stuff, so they're not as locked in as they could be. So, I mean.
And there's controversy behind that, though, because I don't know if you're aware when that rule jumped into place, but it was after Central went on that run of winning consecutive state titles with girls basketball.
City school.
And the suburban schools were upset that Central was able to bring all the best girls from all over St. Paul together in one school, one team, and win. And we always make the argument, if we had one school in St. Paul, we'll dominate.
That would be vicious.
So Eden Prairie,
they did the
they
same
get
thing
all
in
of
your
Eden
school.
Prairie. Lakeville gets all.
Why they put you on the St. Paul Suburban?
No, we chose to leave.
They chose to leave.
But with Creighton, you got to understand that's 900 student enrollment, 10 through 12. So they're handpicking kids out of a community. But what I'm saying is St. Paul has 7 high school basketball teams in the city of St. Paul. I think there's 7 high schools with basketball teams. All the talent is dispersed. But if all the kids came together, the best players come together and represent St. Paul at one school, then everybody else is going to cry about it.
That would leave a lot of kids left out, though.
It would.
So that's why you got classes and sections.
Right.
Things like that. I just think it's the transfer thing is, I think for Minnesota, it's more of they want to control it.
Yeah.
Versus just kind of being able to you can go where you want.
Right.
You want to transfer to a 4A and you at a 2A and you ain't doing nothing, but you want to go to a 4A and be a back end guy and possibly risk getting cut because you chasing more than what you can control.
Yep. Yeah,
I think it would teach a lot of lessons.
You got kids that may even need to transfer for reasons that are social, like
for sure.
maybe there's gang beefs. Maybe a kid needs to relocate because of issues, fights that they've been in. Maybe that school's no longer safe, and that child is then being punished for going to a different school, and now they can't play because the parent is trying to make a safe decision or the right decision for their child's academics. So it really does. It handcuffs.
It's
it
ways
handcuffs
around
the city.
it, but they want you to. They want to go through validity proof. Like,
yeah, it's a lot of hoops to jump through.
When you transfer and you say, "Well, I can't afford it," they want you to prove it.
Yeah.
Like, they want to be in your business.
Yeah. When you relocate, they want to see custody papers, apartment leases.
It goes like that now.
Yeah, it's rough out here.
Yeah.
It's rough. And kids have to sit out. They can't play varsity when they transfer if they can't justify why they've transferred.
I don't know what happened to high school league. This shit's whack. But shit, before we get out of here, man, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. What's that?
For those kids that's like pretty much on the brink of, like, I wouldn't say stardom, but like being able to, so like if you're a high school kid and you're able to go to that next level, but like something stopping them, what's something that you would say as like a coach or like a Leo too, like a mentor or a leader that like kind of like get out your way, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
to keep them focused,
yeah, just like
not fall off.
Yeah. That like that young kid that's just like, I'm almost there, and this might be the thing that like they hear that like what's something that you would say.
I think
Coach D.
Well, I'll say it because he had a news article done. Alonzo died. Like, prime example. You know what I mean? Like,
he can hoop.
Dude's a baller. Like, a baller. You know what I mean?
I know that for a fact.
But it's like, at the same time, you can't help, like, childhood and, like, all your friends and, you know, so, you can't take everybody with you. But, like, his mind state, like, he was really so internal with it that I had to make sure that he was on pace for what he needed, you know, because he would put his friends first. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not no knock. That's just how we grow up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you know him, you know all his brothers, like, he's super family-oriented. If you ever been to a South St. Paul game, he has 40 people in his own, he has his own section. Like, because his family, like, they are that deep.
Yeah,
like,
them dads are deep.
Like, they don't, there's no, so, you know, he had a lot of, you got this. Like, you can't do this. Like, grandma was on him, you know, like, dad was on him. Brothers and stuff were on him. Mom was on him. So, you know, like, I think in that instance, you got to have people around you just to humble you. Like, you know, his Uncle Joe, you know, like, Joe was a very pivotal part in Alonzo's life. Yeah, a very pivotal part in Alonzo's life. Like, a lot of his upbringing, like, he played booster football. So, you know, Joe was like a lot of those kids' father figures, and, you know, he kind of shaped a lot of what they're doing now, you know, beyond youth level. So
my goal is to get Joe on here too, by the way.
Oh, you need him.
He got a lot to talk about. I got him on my prospective guest list.
He gonna give you the nitty gritty of the backside of the football stuff. You know, so like, you know, because like,
and that's what's up, man. And you know what? And shout out to him. We're gonna definitely get him on soon.
Yeah, shout out to
so,
him,
hold on, I gotta answer the question too, though, real quick.
So what you're saying, Coach D, is to pretty much understand that you in it for yourself.
You're not in it for yourself, but nowadays we can't avoid that.
So focus more.
Like,
on
you
yourself.
just gotta,
even though you
gotta have sharp. You gotta have sharp focus. You gotta have a tight knit crew around you that's making sure that you're on pace to do what you do. Yeah. Like, I don't think, you know, a lot of these cats get to where they're going if they don't got the foundations around them. Right. You know, like, there's kids even before Alonzo, you know, Trayvon Howard, Craig McDonald, just to say a few, like, their camps are, like, so well put together that there's no chink in their armor. You know what I'm saying? Like, they all support each other and, like,
no weak links.
Yeah. Like, it's got to be like that.
Great. Me, because this is my 20th season coaching coaching football, right? I've been working. Yeah, man. I'm 39. I started when I was 19 after my
Only
freshman
26.
after my freshman football season. And I've trained and coached a lot. I've trained and coached hundreds of kids, and I've helped about 100 kids get college scholarships. The one
Shout out to
thing
you too, man. Like,
I appreciate that.
For real.
I appreciate that.
You know the
Get some love on
vibes.
that one. Some
But-
black love,
Enlightenment.
for real.
The one thing that helps, that I'll say, the one thing that kids have that I see actually go on to that next level and make it, they have a hunger that others don't. People don't understand, to be successful in anything, it's almost got to be like OCD. You know what I'm
Yes, it
saying? You got to be obsessed to the point to where, like, nothing else matters, right? And so when I train guys, like during the off season, I train football players from January to August every single year. They got to be there 3 days a week. The guys that make it don't ever miss. I got kids that'll skip high school dances. I got kids who be like, I don't need a girlfriend. Like, if they're not doing homework, they're training. You really have to be that hungry, because I tell kids all the time, there are millions of kids with the same dream, quote unquote dream, as you. I can check any kid across the country's Facebook page, Instagram, and it's all going to say they're going to Ohio State, they're going to Bama, they're going to Oregon, they're going to Clemson. It's all in their bio, right? But how many kids are actually working like a potential Alabama player? Because the talent piece and the genetics, like, not everybody gets that. So either you born with some of that stuff or you not. But that next part is the work ethic. And we have a ton of talent in these Twin Cities where there are college eligible athletes. You know what I'm saying? They're able, but not everybody goes because not everybody's committed to the process. And that's what I heard him say. He said we was undersized.
Shots out, coach.
Right? But he came in and shook stuff up and said, look, this school been losing. So can't fall off no heart further.
Hey, you know
what can we do?
That's not a lie, too. I saw it personally.
It ain't nowhere to go but up if you buy in. And so sometimes you got to not only just buy into the coach's message, but you also got to buy into yourself. You got to start
Shouts out to
believing
these
in
coaches.
you.
Enlightenment.
You got to really believe
the
in
vibe.
you.
That's
and
it
if
right there.
and if you can see something for yourself and you work for it, you can achieve that. You may not end up at the Alabama. You may not end up at the Duke, but it can be Concordia's.
That's
it can be
okay,
the
though.
and it is, because it's an opportunity.
okay.
It's an
Message.
opportunity.
It's okay.
And in the end, you're going to
Who's
come
that
back
thing
to
where
whatever
they did-
community you came from. You're going to be respected. You're going to get
Drinking
paid.
your juice in the hood. Message.
Like,
Straight up.
Message
Straight
right
up.
there.
that's it, though. It's
Yeah,
like,
man.
Hey, you
everybody
know what?
wants to
I
go
love
be
how
one.
that was the perfect way to close this shit out. We appreciate you, Coach. You know what?
So,
Congratulations
appreciate you for
to
having me.
everything that you did in the last 3 years.
Congrats.
What you're going to continue to do. You know
It's
what?
only a few black head coaches in basketball in the
Right.
state of Minnesota. So you black history,
and,
bro.
And I know, and you got a squad. I know. I saw them personally. So.
And they loaded at like the ninth grade. They got a bunch of 6th, 7th,
Yeah,
8th
they-
graders playing varsity basketball.
yeah.
So it's coming.
Shout out to my babies, because they really, like, and that's what people don't get is, like, I got a sophomore's gonna be a junior, Gavin Pendergast. I got a senior.
I saw people on
America
your
Fitz.
bench, man. I saw you had a bunch of long dudes. Who's that
Yeah,
tall
like we
dude,
then,
man?
we got 3 freshmen who
Yeah.
played varsity as 8th graders last year.
Yup.
Sincere McCampbell, Terry Carter,
Yeah. I
Keyshawn
trained
Jarman.
Sincere.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like, and our JV team last year, they was 23-1.
Whew. They got heat.
So like,
Tartan in trouble.
Hey man, y'all better, you
St.
better leave
Thomas
Tartan
in
alone.
trouble.
look,
Yo, hey, please leave my squads alone,
Hey,
though.
man.
Hey man, so hey, will you tell the fans how to get a hold of you one more time before you get up out of here?
Yeah.
man, look, y'all can find me on Facebook, Darren Edwards, Instagram, Darren Edwards 2, Twitter, Darren Edwards. But the real reality is just follow South St. Paul. Y'all ain't gotta follow me. Follow the school. You know what I'm saying? Follow my young bulls' journey. You know,
Holla at them.
just show some support and love, man. I appreciate y'all for giving us this opportunity.
No problem, man.
You
we
know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
you, man.
This is real
Easy. How
stuff.
can they get a hold of you, Senor?
Hear this dude, though. Hey, man.
Hey, you know, hey, cheers. I saw cheers.
Hit me up on
Senior.
TikTok, Easy Senior, straight through on Instagram, Easy_Senior,
got a
Facebook,
TikTok. Oh,
Easy
TikTok.
Senior as well.
TikTok.
Hey, man,
You doing dances?
I don't do that.
Me and my daughter did.
If you ever see me on there doing the little hip hop thing,
you see
slap
me and my daughter. We did
You too old for that. You too old.
We're gonna make a TikTok of you slapping me if you ever see me on there popping my hip, whatever the hell that is.
You might sever that motherfucker. You too old for that.
You gonna have to drive down Lexington doing that.
Oh,
right.
man.
You going down Lexington.
Your Victoria car.
Right, your Victoria car.
That Victoria car gonna be over.
My
If
hood
you know, you
reputation
really know.
means something to
If
me.
you know, you really know what he says. What he said.
My hood reputation means
It's
something to me.
Waynesville
I can't go out like that.
0417 at Instagram. Holla at me. Holla at the show. Guess what? This one, you need to really actually re-watch it because this one was he put game on y'all. He talked about inner sports. He talked about when you're a kid, like he talked about helping the youth. You need to actually watch this one over.
Yeah.
Shout out
That's
y'all,
a fact.
man. For real.
Sir.
An
Yes, sir.
enlightenment.
All right, man. Let's check out.
Holla.
This is what I do. It's like butter, baby. You know?